Hey there, all my fantastic fanatics. This is your man, Dr. Usher, coming at you live. And I got a special guest with me by the name of Emily Nunez. Miss Emily, this girl right here, everybody, let me tell you, this girl is a troublemaker. She is a conservative Republican, and she's involved with a little bit of everything. So Emily, first of all, I want you to tell everybody about yourself. Tell them who you are.
Well, my name is Emily Nunez, and thank you for letting me be here today. I'm originally from Duval County, Jackson, Florida.
Yes.
I'm involved in a lot of groups in Duval County, the Republican Women's Club, the Republican Liberty Caucus, the Republican Party. I've been doing that for a while now. 12-year military veteran. I served in the Navy and the Marine Corps. I graduated with my master's in business administration from the University of Florida. Came back to Jacksonville after I got out of the military in 2016. Served 12 years, as I said. 12 years.
On a boat?
I did. I was on the USS Kitty Hawk, so I did do some deployments on the Kitty Hawk. Worked with F-18s. Worked with the Blue Angels out in Pensacola. Had a lot of fun. So yes. So I'm happy to be here today.
So Miss Emily, the reason why I brought you on today's show is that you are a political shaker and mover in this town, and you know my audience likes people that's going to be real. You can be a Republican, but be a real Republican. If you're going to be a conservative, be a real conservative.
Absolutely.
Whatever you're going to do it right, and do it with the right motives. Because there's a lot of rhinos out there right now. And a lot of you guys who are watching the show, y'all know that I'm a conservative. I'll vote for anyone that's a conservative. I don't care if they're a Democrat or Republican. As long as they're conservative, I'll vote for them. Because it takes a bird needs two wings to fly. So if a bird's going to fly right, you got to have good people on the left side and good people on the right side. This is one of the good people on the right side.
Thank you.
And so, Miss Emily, now, one of the things that I like to talk about is politics.
Love it.
And so, Miss Emily, now we know how, right now, we got this guy in office. Now, a lot of you guys out there voted for Joe Biden, and it's okay. He had a compassionate heart. He's a good person, but I'm going to let you know right now, I'm not a big fan of the guy. I remember 3 strikes and you're out back in the 80s and 90s and how he locked up a lot of my minority friends, because they had 3 minor issues with the law and now they're spending 20 and 30 years in prison. Some of them guys are still in prison today. So I'm not a real big fan. And I was thinking, okay, I didn't vote for the guy. And y'all know I didn't vote for the guy. But I was thinking, okay, maybe he can bring civility and change into the world. Let's give the guy a shot, right? Give the guy a fair chance. And I'm watching all this crap unfold. And ladies and gentlemen, let me first let you know. This whole thing that we're seeing unfold in America is the biggest media hype lie in the world. The Democrats are telling us that they are passing taxes, these new tax regulations, to get the rich people. And I don't know about you, but I don't see any rich people being impacted by these taxes. Now, a lot of my friends out there, you guys are Democrats, some of you guys are undecided, some of you guys are Republican, but all of us are in this together. So I don't care if you're blue or red. We're all in this together right now because now they're coming after our taxes. Now, Miss Emily, you know a lot about this tax thing that's going on. What's really going on, in your opinion, with this tax scheme that's going on in America?
Well, the first thing that I would like for people to ask themselves, if they haven't asked themselves already, is how many politicians, Republican, Democrat, during COVID missed a single paycheck while you were being told you had to stay home, you couldn't go to work, you couldn't provide for your family. Instead, they told you had to sit at home and wait for the little $1,400 check or whatever they gave you. That's only a very, very small portion of what you pay in every single year. We need to stop sending our money to Washington, D.C. for them to waste it. If you also remember the COVID relief bills that were passed during the shutdowns, a lot of that money went to organizations that were not suffering from COVID lockdowns at all.
At all. people. You're hearing it from the lady that's in it, up to her neck. And like I said, you can be a Republican or a Democrat or undecided. We all got screwed on this. We all lost out on this. And the more taxes we pay, the more money they get. And it's not like they're going to do anything to help us because they gave us these big old promises. Did they fulfill these promises? We got inflation, and we got high gas prices. We got high food prices. Some of you guys, y'all sent me videos and pictures. Some of you guys got food shortages. It's like empty shelves in your stores, people. I mean, this is ridiculous. And look, Biden is, I'm not trying to blame Biden, but he's in charge now. He's the president. We recognize him as the president. He's the president, whether what happened back in January 6th, that's of no consequence now. Biden is the guy in charge, and now he has to carry what's happening. And, he's making it seem that the inflation is caused by COVID. But the reality is, it's not caused by COVID. It's caused by your boy's green policy. Now, Miss Emily can tell you. Miss Emily, tell these people about this green policy, because you've done a lot of dirt digging with this green policy. They shut down the pipeline, right?
They did.
And Emily, I'm gonna let you take it. Take it. Tell these people.
Well, I don't think it's just, Democrats for years have been trying to say, we need to change the way that we're doing things for green policy. I think we've all have been threatened that the world was going to end 4 or 5 times because we don't care about Republicans specifically don't care about,
That's what they say
the
now.
green policy.
We
That's what
do.
they say. But if you look at Governor DeSantis and the stances that he's been taking with the Everglades and the actions he's been taking, conservatives do care about the environment no matter what the left tries to say. Inflation is being caused by Biden, and not just from his tax policies, but by all the policies. Our infrastructure is getting squeezed, our middle class is getting squeezed, and there's nothing good that's come out of any of the policies that Biden has put forth.
Nothing. And this is only his first year, and we got 3 more to go. And people, I don't know what we're gonna do. So I'm encouraging everybody on both sides of the fence. Now, you look, like I said, I pay taxes like you do. Y'all might well, Raphael, you're just Republican trying to get Republicans in office. Look, anybody that's a conservative in their point of view gets my vote. And I'm thinking, there are blue dog Democrats out there that I know. A blue dog Democrat is a conservative Democrat, not a Dixiecrat. Because, we got to be careful of them Dixiecrats, because they don't like brown people, because Nunez, Hispanic, Rafi, Mocha Latte Brown, Dixiecrats don't like minorities. And they'll do whatever it takes to stop us from succeeding. And they'll pass these ridiculous tax reforms that will target not the rich people, but minorities like us. For example, your boy Biden passed that new tax reform where if you get more than $600 in one of those payment platforms like Zelle, Cash App, or even in your bank account, it's going to get reported to the IRS, and you got to pay taxes on it. Now, who's it going to hurt? Is that going to hurt Bill Gates?
Nope.
Is that going to hurt? Hey, we love you, Ron. Is that going to hurt Ron DeSantis?
Nope.
Is it going to hurt? What's the other guy? Joe Biden, Hillary, anybody? Is it going to hurt them? No. Guess who it's going to hurt? Emily,
The middle and lower
me,
class. Yeah.
and you. It's going to hurt you people, all of us, because we're the ones that's living at that level. And they're living off our tax dollars, and the tax money that we're paying is going to their salaries. Do you guys see the connection? We pay taxes that pays their salary. And the more we pay, the more they get. The more they get, the less they do for us. So, the other thing that we're going to talk about, now, Miss Emily, this is your topic. We're going to talk about police reform.
Okay.
Because your boy Biden promised us police reform. They said that Trump and his people, now Trump's not in office no more, so we can't nag and complain, well, Trump. Look, Trump is gone. Maybe he'll be back. Who knows? But this is all on Biden now. Now, Miss Emily, when it comes to police reform, what are your views? What do you think is the problem, and what do you think should be done?
Well, first and foremost, I want to say that I back the blue. I support all police and first responders, especially being a military veteran myself. I think that a lot of legitimate ideas were proposed by conservatives and by Trump in regards to police reform, but I think that those were hindered by woke agendas coming from the left. You had several people that were talking about defunding the police,
Yep.
and obviously, Democrats and conservatives both came to agreement on that. Nobody wants to defund the
Exactly.
police. It's not good for our communities, no matter
Exactly.
where you live. So I support them, and I think that if we're going to have, I don't think that there's anyone that doesn't want to resolve issues, or
Exactly.
I don't think anyone is against any sort of police reform. Steve Zona in Jacksonville has been very open about coming to the table, but
Yep.
realistically, they want to make it sound like there's this huge issue with racism in our police force, and I can't agree with that, and I don't support that. I support Governor DeSantis' opinion on
Yep.
police reform and the stances that he's been taking, and I think he needs more conservatives to stand up and fight with him on that issue.
Now, look, when it comes to this lady running for mayor, what's her name?
Leanna Cummer?
Yeah, now, it'll be on our website, but I received a message from someone that says she supported or increased her support to, what's that, Wasserman Schultz lady? Was that her?
Debbie Wasserman Schultz.
Yeah, I'm like, and she's a Republican now. And it's like, how can a leopard change their stripes? And then we talk about how, I was watching a news broadcast on Channel 4, and I heard it on NPR local radio, WJXD, how she got on there and said, I'm not about defunding the police. Okay, and they're saying that the Republican Party is lying about, that she wants to defund the police.
Oh, you're talking about Tracy Polson, not Leanna Cummer. Which one are you talking about?
I don't know, man. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people running for mayor.
Okay.
Whoever this lady is, there's one lady running for a city council.
Tracy Polson. Yep.
And there's another lady running for mayor.
Okay.
And they all on this big old kick from what I can see. So you know what Dr. Usher does, right? I'm going to tell y'all the truth, okay? And the truth is going to hurt some people, but it's the truth. When Tracy Polson said that she doesn't want to defund the police, she's technically telling the truth, but it's on a technicality. And when what's the guy's name? The one that's running against her?
Nick Hallen.
Nick. When Nick says she wants to defund the police, he's technically telling the truth because this is how it's being played. She's trying to take money to add to the police department this cockamamie idea where they're going to have caseworkers roll with the police. Now, in her mind, that's not technically defunding the police because they're adding people to the police department, but the money that was going to be used to pay a police officer is going to be paid towards these social workers that was going to roll with the police. And I'm like, if my daughter was a social worker and she gets called to go to a domestic violence call and try to de-escalate that mess, I'm not letting my daughter go. I'm like, heck no. Because we just saw that one guy get shot. Cop shows up, hey, what's going on? And the guy says, come on, and then shoots him, bang, bang. I'm like, why would you want to send people who are not specially trained to go in and try to de-escalate this crap when you got... I'm thinking, this is my idea. Now, I'm going to let you, Emily, I'm going to let you give your point of view, but I'm going to give you my idea what I think should be done. Train some of the officers that are already there to be specialists in domestic violence and counseling and all this. So give them some type of bonus where they get like a bachelor's degree or a master's degree or whatever the law requires for them to get some type of counseling. And then when there's an issue, you call a police officer that's trained in law enforcement, but also has that added skill set of, okay, I'm going to de-escalate, but if I can't de-escalate and you pull a gun on me, well, let's just say a cop's going to do what a cop's got to do. That's just my opinion. I mean, I'm just throwing my 2 cents in. But Miss Emily, if you got one, be free to,
So I don't know. I guess if defunding the police is still an issue for you, if that's your issue, that's your hot topic, then that's going to be a deciding factor for you in this election. I agree that nobody wants that and it is an issue, but I also see the program that Tracy is talking about does actually already exist in our social justice committee here in Jacksonville, where they do allocate money to help mental, I can't remember the specifics, but for people that are suffering
It'll
from
be
mental.
on our website.
It'll be on the website.
Be on the website.
I do have receipts. The mental health, it's like a mental health program. Money is allocated to that to help police officers deal with people who really don't need to go to jail. They need mental health
Exactly.
to reduce the amount of people that are in our jails. So that program is already in existence, and it does already exist. And we have, as a Republican council, allowed a social justice committee to stay in place here in Jacksonville, which is a Marxist communist program, in my opinion.
And I think her opinion might be a little bit right, because whenever you got a group of people that want to control the rights of the few, the rights of the few control the rights of the many, it's communism at its core. So the next hot topic we're going to deal with. Now remember, the things that I'm saying is just my opinion. I'm going to be a disclaimer. She may not hold to the views of my personal point of view, and I may not hold her point of view. And I do have various types of people on my show, whether they're liberals or conservatives. My goal is I want to bring forth the truth. And so one of the next truths I'm going to bring up is parental choice. Because some of you, this might be a hot topic for you guys. So when it comes to parental choice, there was this Don't Say Gay bill that passed that's going through the state Senate. And Joe Biden got wind of the Don't Say Gay bill. And I'm like, okay, people. Number one, it's not a Don't Say Gay bill. It's a parental rights bill. And this is how I'm going to explain it. And I'm going to let Miss Emily give her 3 cents, because I got 2 cents. I'm going to give her 3. This is what I'm going to tell you like this, people. Who has the right to teach your child values apart from what you want to, apart from the values that you want to put into your child? I don't care if you're liberal. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're straight. I don't care who you are. If you're a parent, it's your job to instill the values that you want in your children. Not some person that works for our institutions that don't even know you, your family, or your values. And it can go both ways. I hear a lot of, more liberal LGBT people fighting for this. Oh no, we want them to teach our kids. But then I hear conservative LGBT people that say, well, their values may not represent mine. Then I hear conservative Christian people say, who are these people to teach my child? And it's a double-edged sword. Whenever you allow someone that you don't know to educate your children in values that you don't necessarily agree with, it's rotten for all of us. Teachers can barely teach their own subjects. Why do we need to add some type of social, ideological dogma or this social engineering into the kids' education? I'm saying, let the parents raise the child and quit hiding from the parents, because, there was that thing that happened down south in another county where this girl was having an issue with gender identity, and they didn't even tell the parent that the girl or the boy, I don't know what, look, I'm old school, a girl's a girl and a boy's a boy, so that's how I look at it. But this particular individual was struggling with that, and the school started counseling this young lady or young man, or I don't know what to call her, or sheezy, I don't know, I'm about to offend somebody. Not trying to offend nobody, it's just hard to figure out what to call people nowadays. So, but this is what I'm going to tell you. The girl attempted suicide. I don't know if she succeeded or not, but she attempted suicide, and the parents were not even informed that the girl was even having an issue. I have teacher friends who teach in public school that call their children, call their students by a name or gender other than what their parents have specified. And the school has been given orders to the teachers, you call the student by the name that they want, not by the name that's legally on their paperwork or the gender that's legally on their paperwork. And you can't tell the parent. That's going too far, people. A child is a child. Under the age of 18, the parent's in control. When my child turns 18 and she or he wants to go out and do whatever she wants to do, I'm like, hey, that's your business. You're a grown man. You're a grown woman now. But Miss Emily, what are your views? 'Cause I know you're chomping at the bits. I can see it in your eyes. Get him, Emily.
For those who have not heard of Moms for Liberty, if you are a mom and you are watching this stream right now, I encourage you to look them up. They've done a lot of great work in as far as being advocates for parents and what the government is doing in these schools. I'm going to plug in a friend of mine, Keisha King. She's been very proactive in speaking, especially for minorities, and fighting the agenda and the message that is trying to be portrayed to you that is not true. I think that, parental rights and parental choice in schools is not a Republican thing or a Democrat thing. It's bipartisan.
It's everybody.
We all have a right to know what's going on, especially when your property taxes are paying for these schools. There's now a bill that's coming up in the Duval City Council to increase your property taxes again. After they already passed the half penny sales tax yesterday at breakfast.
Exactly.
So Aaron Grawl, if you are not involved in the Florida House bills that have been passed, Aaron Grawl just recently passed or had presented in the Florida House the Parental Bill of Rights.
It's going to be on our website, drusher.com.
And
We're gonna put it there.
It outlines everything that parents have a right to know. You should be informed of when your child wants to know they prefer another pronoun. You should be informed of whether or not your school is trying to give your child a vaccination and you don't want them to have it.
Exactly.
You should know all of these things. And the fact that government has been increasing their control over our children is unacceptable. We can all say that we've been asleep at the wheel as far as what's been happening in government schools. One plus I say that happened from COVID and the lockdowns is it has made us more awake as far as what's happening.
That's
and
true.
Now we are taking charge. You don't mess with moms and you don't mess with the kids, and that's where we have to take control to get our country back.
That's what we. Thank you, Emily. My girl. I can call you girl, right? Okay, just making sure. Don't want to offend nobody. Don't want to trigger nobody.
You won't offend me, I promise.
Now, the economy. We are in the worst economy in our life. I don't know where Biden's getting his numbers from, Emily. This joker is saying that consumer spending has increased 80-something%. I run 3 businesses. I am down in sales internationally, 80%. And I'm just thinking, I've talked to all my constituents too. Even the large distribution companies, I'm talking with them. Their numbers are down. Where's this guy getting his numbers from? So Emily, it's going to come down to a local level now. What can we do? What ideas do you have to stimulate local economic growth?
Well, I'll say first that local elections are very important. Those affect you the most over federal. It's happening locally. Our local city council, specifically, the property tax increases, the Duval County school tax increases, the gas tax increase. I can't think of any tax that hasn't been proposed, unfortunately, in front of a majority Republican city council.
I know, Rhino. I'm going to tell you this much. Al Ferrero has not voted for any of them.
Al Ferraro and Danny Becton and Rory Diamond has stood by and not allowed for tax increases.
Yes.
The rest of them, I'm not going to comment.
Al Ferrero's running for mayor too, so if y'all don't vote for Al, everybody about to get screwed.
Yes.
Taxes galore. I'm telling you, it's coming.
Locally, I think, the common sense solutions are, lowering the taxes and reducing the government regulations that are hindering businesses and not allowing them to have the freedom to do what they need to do to grow their businesses. Small businesses suffered tremendously during COVID because they could not keep up with the regulations and the new mandates that were coming down, but big businesses could because they had the cash flow to do it.
It's all about that money.
We need to reduce the taxes, stop supporting people who support taxes, and we need to reverse a lot of the mandates that are being placed on small businesses to hire more people and to put, to be able to pay their workers more.
Fiscal management is key. If we want to see Duval go to the next level, we want to see Florida get to the next level. If you want to see your local community, Atlantic Beach, Jacks Beach, Broward County, wherever you guys are watching this program in Florida, Even if you're watching in California, wherever you are in the world, local politics determines what happens to you locally. And let me tell you something. When there's a millionaire, the guy that owns Gate gas station, we know who he is, but the guy that owns Gate gas stations, and you're paying $3 a gallon, and you're paying, most of that is going to taxes, because Duval County raised the gas tax on us again, you know, you think it's hurting him? Businesses get to write off their gas expense. It's hurting you, the working people. It's not bad that businesses get to do that, but you need to wake up and recognize that these guys increasing your tax burdens is not helping you at all. And it's not hurting the rich at all. It's not hurting the businessman. Stick it to the man. Mm-hmm. It's not hurting the man. The man is like, okay, write it off. Another expense. And that's just how the game's played. And we're not going to change it because everybody benefits from it. But what we can do is vote people in office that understand how to make local business, make local communities grow economically. One thing I do like about Trump and that nobody really cares too much to talk about is those enterprise zones. The man invested a lot of money in the enterprise zones. I'm going to ask one question to somebody out there in that audience right now. What happened to the money that Trump gave to Duval County? All that money just poof. And you can't blame it on local Republicans because we ain't seen it. Who's ever running the urban core of downtown, you need to start talking to people about what happened to that investment money. Because there was money given to Duval County to help this urban community. Money given through COVID, money given through economic development. Nobody knows where that money went. So I'm going to ask you guys, you need to start looking at who you're voting for. And in order to grow a local community, you got to have people that have common sense solutions. Because if we're going to bring in businesses into Duval County, we got to have not only the infrastructure to support that growth, but we got to have the educational prowess to support the infrastructure, to build the infrastructure to support the growth. Because think about it. We're all talking about trade school now. Every high school, every private school, every school around Florida should have a trade school again. I remember when I was growing up, we had trade school. You could learn a trade. Every young man on the north side that don't want to go to college, y'all listen up, brothers. All y'all brothers on the north side, y'all don't want to go to college, you just want to bust it out with your hands. You need to start voting for people that's going to put trade schools in your community where you can get a good skill set and then go build the infrastructure that's needed to bring in good business, big business. That's what I'm saying. You know, instead of, hiring people from Dubai or some other country, with that B1 visa and all that stuff. Hey, we got an entire workforce in North Florida, just because they don't have access to proper education because the school system, I call them the screw system, has screwed them. I say we help those kids out. I don't know what you think about it, but you can give your 2 cents on it if you want to.
No, I completely support trade schools. Nassau County, they have A-rated schools, and one of the things that they are very proud of is that they have implemented programs to teach, some of those trades, plumbers, construction workers, what have you. And it's those that are actually the ones that are making more money than the people that are going to college and getting the big time degrees. And it's those people that are being asked to pay for the people who can't repay their student loan debts. I think that's a very proud profession to have, and I think we need those people to survive. We need those people to live. We take them for granted.
We do. Some of you guys know my business. I'm in technology, and I'm telling you, technology is the way to go. Whatever skill set you have, repairing computers, repairing flat screen televisions, repairing walls or AC units, construction, it's guaranteed money because I'm telling you, when you get like 50 and 60 years old, you're not going to want to cut the grass. You want to hire some young kid that's going to cut the grass for you. And I'm telling you, people, it's just common sense. And the last topic, and I'm going to let Emily go because I know we kind of talk a lot, so I'm going to let her go after this. But I want you guys to be aware of, Emily, what does that say?
Liberal media bias.
I'm going to encourage you guys. Okay, Emily, you say something. I'm going to jump in later.
I think, there's extreme liberal media bias. There's a lot of things that don't get reported. I think the biggest thing that nobody wants to touch on is what's happening with Hillary Clinton and spying on President Trump. Nobody's saying a word about it.
Hold up. Emily, you brought up Trump. Are you a Trump supporter?
I support anyone who wants to turn this country around and do the right thing for America and the people.
I support anyone too that wants to turn this country around. I don't care who you is. If you want to if you want to get America back on its feet, get the north side of Jacksonville on its feet financially, get this economy rolling again, I'm supporting you. I don't care who you are. I'm supporting you. But liberal media bias has blocked us from seeing the truth because they're only showing you. They're showing us what they want us to see. And what y'all need to understand is that the people who own the big corporations are bankrolling the media. Who is the Associated Press? Who are those people? You know, and if you notice, the news media has commercials. Those commercials are paying the salaries and the production and all that stuff. So these guys are hand and foot. They're just, you can't believe everything you see. And you got to start asking yourself, what is it that they're not showing me? Why is it that when we have one particular candidate, not going to say his name because I want to trigger people, but we know who we're talking about. Why is it that when one particular candidate was in office, everything he did, they blasted him? Now we got this other guy in office, not going to say his name because I don't want to offend anybody, Joe Biden. And when he screws up, they just wink an eye and cover it up. This man, Joe Biden, I told y'all, in my opinion, I think Joe Biden's the biggest Dixiecrat of them all. He never liked black people. In the 80s and 90s, he did call us monsters. I was a teenager then, and I was like, who is this joker? And I'm telling you, when Lester Holt challenged Joe Biden, what was Joe Biden's response? I know what Joe Biden wanted to say, but he called Lester Holt a wise guy. When has Joe Biden ever called a white person a wise guy? I'm just saying, a leopard, their spots will show. A tiger will have his stripes pop up. You can't hide who you are. And I'm just, Emily, you better take this because I'm about to get hyper.
I think that, you know, the important thing here, even here locally in Jacksonville, we have liberal media bias. It's definitely changed, but I think that you just have to stop looking for people to give you the answer and ask the questions and do the research on your own and surround yourself with other people that want to know what those same answers are and want the same solutions that you want because they're out there. Right now is the time for grassroots to mobilize and organize and really fight back against the establishment on both sides. We're sick and tired of being sick and tired, and we want to change. And we have to stop relying on the government to solve our problems, and we have to solve our problems within our communities and amongst ourselves. And that's where the answer is.
We are the solution. Remember, this is a democratic republic. This means that you watching the broadcast, we run this country. Joe Biden's not our king. The congressmen and the senators, they're not our kings. They work for us. We pay their salary. And you gotta, guys, come on, we all gotta work together to make sure these jokers do their job. And I'm guaranteeing you, anyone that's on this show, and if they ever run for office, they're gonna do their job. Ain't that right?
That's right.
That's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to waste any more of your time because it's 34 minutes. I like to go 30 minutes. But remember, this is Miss Emily Nunez. You can find her on Facebook. How do they find you?
EmilyNunez.com, Emily Nunez on Facebook, Emily G. Nunez on Facebook, and I'm also on Twitter, Emily G. New.
There you go. So y'all know how to find it, and I'll put all this on my website, drusher.com. And before I go, I want y'all to remember this one thing. Do as much good as you can while you can. I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. We run this show. We determine what's going to happen. We determine what happens to our kids. We determine what happens in our community. And we got to start standing up, okay? So do as much good as you can while you can. Life is short, but God is sweet. Enjoy your day. God bless, and I'll see y'all later.